would you do if you were a cinematographer and the director asked you to get a shot, a close-up shot of this prop while it was moving on a motorcycle? This exact situation happened to me a few months ago when I was shooting this short film, Champ Green. And this shot was actually the ending shot of the film. So it was kind of the most important shot. It's the shot that's gonna be remembered by everybody. And so the time came for us to shoot that sequence. The wide shot was actually quite simple. We basically put the camera on the gimbal, and we put the gimbal on the pickup truck, and we put the motorcycle beside that pickup truck, and the pickup truck would basically go at the same speed as the motorcycle as the camera was rolling, hence this beautiful wide tracking shot. And funny enough, it actually was when we got on the pickup truck that I got the idea on how I was going to shoot the close-up of the prop. I went to the director and I was like, Clyde, alam ko na kung paano kayo shoot. No time to explain. To be honest, I wasn't really sure if it was gonna work. So this is how it went. On the pickup truck that we were shooting on, there was actually these sacks of corn, I think. Basically, I asked my camera operators, I told them, ilagay nyo itong mga sako ng mais sa gitna ng pickup truck. They put it on a straight line. Then, I asked the actors, ate, kuya, bukay din sa sako ng mais. Kuya, nuwari nagdadrive kang motor. We put the camera on the same pickup truck beside the whole setup of the sacks of corn. I'm really sad that I didn't get to take a picture of this. We basically pointed the camera to the prop, creating that close-up, and when the pickup truck moved, it created this illusion that they were still on the motorcycle when we cut it together with the wide shot. And when we got the shot, I was able to just breathe because I wasn't really sure if it was gonna work. And I'm just really glad that it did. And that's how we got the shot. Another challenge with this shoot is that we had to shoot this on the other side of the country. But one of the challenges with doing that is that we needed to fly on a plane to get there. And with flying on a plane, it gets pretty expensive the heavier everything is that you're gonna bring. So we really had trouble with picking what equipment we could bring. In that regard, we were pretty limited, even though we were lucky enough to get sponsored with a lot of equipment from a rental company. We still could not bring everything that we wanted to bring. And one of the things that we could not bring was C-stands. And if you don't know, C-stands are pretty important when you're trying to light a film set, because without a C-stand, you can't really bring any of these flags that lets you control light. And that just rids you of so many options that you want to have when shooting a film. So my gaffer, Vrian, and I really needed to improvise on how we can still get the same result that we wanted without the equipment that we would need to get those results. One of the things we used in replacement of silk flags to get softer light is these cheap 5-in-1 reflectors that you can buy online. And it turned out to be a really good fill light for some of the shots. Another thing that we did not have are these flags that we call cookies that basically create patterns of shadows that you would want to create texture for your lighting. We didn't have any of that, so my gaffer actually asked help from the art department to cut these holes on a piece of black cartolina. And when we shined the light through it, it created these beautiful patterns of light that I'm really glad we were able to execute. And another really important thing we could not bring were sandbags. And if you don't know, sandbags are what you put on the bottom of your light stand so that your light won't fall over. The do we do then? So my gaffer, again, thank you Vrian for this. He asked help from the people there. Kuya, saan ako pwede kumuha dito ng sako na pwede ko lagyan ng graba? That's what he did. And it worked out pretty well. Looks a bit goofy though, but... And then another challenging thing with this shoot was that because we needed to shoot this on the other side of the country, I as a cinematographer wasn't really given the chance to go to the location and plan out my shots. Usually when I'm a cinematographer for projects, I like to really plan out everything, plan out my lighting setup, plan out the shots. But with this project, I wasn't given the chance to do any of that. So I really needed to be on that mindset of being versatile and thinking on the spot. I actually went to the location ahead of time and just walked there a little bit faster than the rest of the crew with the director, so I wouldn't waste the time of the entire crew with me just looking for shots. And once I found a shot with the viewfinder on my phone, I would call my camera operator over, show him the shot on my phone, replicate it on the camera, and that's basically what we kept on doing throughout the shoot. There actually is this really nice shot that I found with the viewfinder, and it turned out to be my favorite shot of the entire project. But then when we watched it in the cinema, they ended up not using the shot in favor of storytelling and pacing of the film, which I think happens a lot in filmmaking. But I was so sad. It was just so pretty, man. Anyway, I'll just show the shot here. Don't ask me how I got this. It's a secret. Anyway, this film actually ended up winning like 5 awards, Best Film being one of them. It didn't win Best Cinematography though, which is fine. It did get nominated, which I'm pretty proud of. I we could have done so many things better with this project. But honestly, I have no regrets. And I think the reason for that is because of the people that I worked with. Clyde, the director, is just so talented. And I learned so much from him. And my camera operators, my gaffer, everyone, they were all just so incredibly passionate about filmmaking. And I just really enjoyed working with them and solving problems with them despite the limitations that we had. And I think that's really what filmmaking is all about, I think. So yeah, that's the reason why this has been my favorite project so far. And I'm just really glad that I was able to share it with you guys. Yay!